Well, good afternoon and welcome to a Monday edition of a little virtual happy hour time here. Back up in the studio, so we can actually turn the lights on. I guess we can do that there, give us a little more ambiance. Anyway, we're ready to roll the show. Here we go. We're going to roll it as the dog's coming in to join me too. Roll the show in three, two, one. Here we go. Yes, a Monday edition is the thumbs up. Yeah, we're hearing. We're all good. We're all good. We're all good. All good on a Monday. Happy Monday. Bring the open down there. Let's put a little graphic on the screen. How about it? Let's walk you through that. There we go. Hope you're doing well on your Monday. Just one of those warm. It's kind of a little overcast now. We were going to go out in the patio, but then I thought, it's kind of in the medium. We're not quite into the week. Into the week, it's going to be like 98 ish Saturday and Sunday. So we're going to be. I think the high is 93 today, I believe, and we've already reached that. But I'll go ahead and give it to you right there. We're also in day number 130. We've been doing this as a little happy hour beverage here. Put this over here. Anyway, playing catch up from the weekend. Hope you guys are well. Hope everybody is rocking and rolling. And it's that time of the show we start things off right always. And I do believe I'm going to pull her audio up because she is joining us from Indiana. Indiana. Hello, Mom. Good morning. I'm sorry. It's good morning for some, good afternoon for others.
Well, it's good afternoon for me. Good late afternoon for me.
Wait, what? Why? What's going on?
Oh, nothing. It's always an hour later here, so
That's
it's
right.
later.
It is 6:15 or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
So
are Eastern time.
yes, yep. That I'm in that generic in that area. That's true.
How are things in Indiana? I noticed we had some news down there. What was around somewhere around Indianapolis. Everything okay?
What happened?
I
I
mean,
don't
just
know.
COVID wise, I just saw some
Oh,
schools overrun or something.
oh well, we've been a hotbed anyway, but the football team is practicing this week, and school's supposed to start next week, but they've got it. There's a lot of different things. They're going to have two, two and two groups, and I don't know. It's a crazy thing. Uh, I'm not really sure how it's going to work, but at least they haven't had a COVID yet that I know of. I saw Sam and Stephanie yesterday. They haven't had another one on the staff since the scare they had, um, and everybody tested negative most recently. So there you go. Um, it's I ventured out to the casino in New Buffalo and spent the night. So I'm really living on the edge. But it was not. It was like the only difference was everybody had a friggin' mask on, and then in some of the more popular machines they had uh, plexiglass between them, and and then a lot of them they had turned off, and I got so sick of wearing the mask. I went upstairs to the room for a while so I could breathe. And
Oh, the hotel was open, huh?
yeah, the hotel's open. Yeah. Oh yeah. And, they're going to get all the money they can. So
Huh.
anyway, my
Well,
casino.
how was the crowd? How was the crowd? I was just out
I
of
thought it.
curiosity.
Well, it seemed no different than ordinary, but I mean, there were a lot of machines that weren't working, but many times there were a lot of people not playing them in a machine. Now they've got this big sports betting area now, where close to where I used to play, where I play. It's
Right,
they've
right.
got these big kiosks, and then they've got this. I don't know. And they've got all these games and things up on the board. So that seems to be a big thing. So anyway, yeah. So I survived. Yeah, I've survived. We'll see in 3 to 5 days if I survive.
Well, so out of curiosity, just from a curiosity standpoint, do they have like every other machine open, every third machine open? How's that work?
Well, they have. It's like well, it depends on the setup, but it's every other machine or every two machines in between. Actually, that it's not it didn't look standard because the machines I like to play, the one I like to play is called Hot Hits, and there are three machines, side by side, and they had the middle one uh, shut off out of order, and that played on the ends. But you really weren't 6 feet apart. You were more like 3 feet apart. And then
Oh,
the most popular machines, you're right next to each other, but they have plexiglass. But there were some people with their masks down below their nose, and
which which is ridiculous. We're watching
I know.
last night. We were watching this last night. It was the Bucks and the Rockets, and the head coach of the Rockets, I believe it was, I think it was Mike D'Antoni. He had his mask, and he was talking to the referee. Here, this made no sense. He and the referee are talking, right? He's kind of arguing a call, or whatever. Or not. He's not screaming, but he's talking. So when he's talking to the referee, his mask is down like this, and then
Uh-huh.
he'd pull it back. Then when he's done talking, he'd pull it back up. It's like it was like defeat the purpose. If you're gonna, he should have it talking like this.
Yeah,
Then if
yeah.
then he wants to pull it down when he walks away. It's one thing, but he's gonna pull down like this as he's talking to the referee. I'm like, what?
What's the purpose?
And the referee doesn't have a mask on. They're not wearing masks because they run up and down
Well,
the court.
and spitting is one of the things,
Yeah, well, we showed that on last Thursday's uh, Australian show about the whole
Yeah.
spitting on the
Yeah.
baseball field. Yeah, we were like,
Well, and the funny thing is, of course, I have to have my wine. So the hostess came by, and I ordered my wine. She came back, and it was a clear plastic cup with a lid, and she said, "Do you want a straw?" And I thought about it. And I said, "Yeah, I
come
guess I
here,
do."
come here, and sit down, acting like a crazy man. Sit down here and hang out with me. Sit down. The whole world can hear you barking. Just sit down right there and relax. I guess he saw the mail person or somebody.
Somebody,
He
some
went ape,
stranger,
he went
or
ape ass from the up here. Because Mama and Caroline are downstairs watching TV, and they could easily be victims of crimes during the broad daylight when everybody's walking the streets with their dogs. So
oh yeah, yeah,
he's guarding that. He's guarding his territory. He
yeah.
went crazy on Friday when a neighbor's dog decided it was time to do their business in our yard. He went nuts. I mean, it was ridiculous. So he's all. I was going to show the world this. I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to. You can kind of see it in your camera there on your screen there, Mom. But that's what I got. It was
Oh yay,
for a Saturday morning, and
good.
we got a big box, and GM, she was. I didn't. We hadn't ordered anything. We did today over the weekend. We hadn't really ordered anything. We figured it was something for Caroline. We didn't really look at it because I said, "Oh, I haven't ordered anything. I wasn't expecting anything," and we just assumed something for C. But when she looked at it again, she said, "Yeah." She goes, "From Chicago." I said, "Really? Okay." And she said, "Yeah, the spice, whatever." And I went, "Oh, that's probably for me." And she goes, "Well, it is. It's dressed to you." So we were kind of like a couple of hours. We had it sitting there. We didn't even dive into it. But yeah, we got this awesome spice galore thing, and now we have to find a place to organize our spices. Now that's our new project that I
Yeah.
put the wife
Well,
in charge of today.
I just thought that would be a treat since you were doing the cooking shows, and those Spice House spices are really good. Your brother and I happened on that about 12 or 13 years
Yeah,
ago. We're in north of Chicago, and I don't know, it's Lincoln Park or I don't know area, and and we were walking down the street and we smelled these wonderful smells, and we looked up and the sign said the Spice House, so we went in. So that's how we got strung out on it, and they were having a special if you because I get their emails. And so I thought, what the heck? I'll send Danny some spices because he's cooking now. And it was so funny. Sam and Stephanie brought birthday dinner over to me yesterday, and he said, I told him that I'd ordered spices for you. He said, I need some of that Bridgeport spice. Stephanie likes that. Well, it so happened I had a small amount, so I gave it to him because I don't cook anymore. So I'll have to get you the Bridgeport because he likes that on vegetables and stuff. So
well,
anyway,
we originally found out it was the only place I'd ever seen. This place in Chicago that had a good rub or a good spice for fish and doing, especially salmon, because salmon, some people don't, and fish in general, people either do or don't like. And you got to do some doctoring it up sometimes if people don't like it. But we just found a spice, a small little package of it at Central Market here, maybe about 3 weeks ago for fish, salmon, and all that. But that's what I originally got fired up about. And this thing has got like I can't read the exact. We got, but it was yesterday I was doing burgers and the wife's trying to hand me which one do you want to use? Which one do you want to use? So now I'm all fired up about doing some steaks later on this week and all that kind of stuff. So all good. But yeah, I appreciate it, Mom. That was awesome.
Yeah, well, thank you. But anyway, I didn't finish my story about the wine at the casino. So I said, yes, I'll take a straw. So then I got to thinking, well, yeah, you don't have to take your mask all the way up to drink your wine. You can, sip it through a straw. So that, I said, sure. So I've never drunk my wine through a straw, but I did over the weekend. So, and I thought about you today, seeing you with your thing clipped on there. I was up at the Council on Aging office at 9:30, and we had a videographer there, and I was the first one to be interviewed. And he comes over toward me with this little thing to attach that you want it hidden, and then this little black thing he attached to my shirt. And so I thought, oh my God, now I know what Danny does. He's always clipping stuff. So anyway,
that's it. I'm not sure why we're not getting our. Chat. I'm gonna try something else that'll go because I'm not getting the chats to go off, and I'm not sure why. Okay, I see why. I see why. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why it's not coming up, but oh well. Oh well. There we go.
Well, and then I'm so sorry I missed Friday. The Gigi's hadn't been together since February, and we went to one of not all but one. There's just 5 of us. 4 of us went to our one of them's house, and we sat outside. And we had a wonderful evening. About all of a sudden, I said, "Oh, girls, I was going to put us on Danny's happy hour," and they're going to try to get into it, but I haven't sent them all the information yet. But you were already off by the time I got home, so there you go. So, and I missed it. I was so sad because it's been a real important part of my life. So I thank you for that. But anyway, so I've had a busy 5 days. I had something going every day for the last 5 days. So ending today. So this week I'm just hunkering down a little bit. And
there you go. Okay.
So
there you go.
I'll get off and get over there and let my buddy Kevin, my adopted son, Kevin.
I don't think Kevin's even out there right now. I could be wrong. I can't get the chat to come up again, so I'm having problems with that. But all good. We'll have to figure it out. But all good. All good, Mom and Glad. Thanks for the spices. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye, Mom. There we go. That's my mom up in Indiana, and I'm gonna show you guys a picture of exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly. Here we go. That is exactly what she sent me right there. That is, and you can't see them all, but you can kind of get an idea. You got a back of the yards, which is a garlic pepper butcher rub, Louisiana Creole blend. I'm sure that'll get a lot of play here in this house with shrimp and things of that nature. This Pilsen, the first one's spicy adobo seasoning, chipotle garlic barbecue blend. That looks good too. A good little rub. The one in the back is a Chicago steak, like a steak rub of some sort there. Then I don't remember the rest of them, but there's one a garlicky one. I love garlic, so we're all fired up. So yes, we got plenty of spices to add to our arsenal, and very, very excited about that. So thanks to Mom for doing that. That was a true highlight of the weekend right there, and really cool. The other highlight followed that a few minutes later, a few hours later, I guess. We were actually unearthing this when unpacking this whole deal when we saw this, and then our other big highlight of the weekend, if I can find it here, and I'll find it up here. I thought I had it here. Let's see here. Here we go. Yes, the other big highlight was this. Let's just go ahead and start from this photo here, and we'll just kind of go over here, and I'll bring my wife on in just a moment. But I'll bring her on as we're chatting about this because she will join me. She's joining me from down in the lower part of the house. Good afternoon, wife. Hold on, you're not gonna. I'm gonna move you, but you're fine. What are you doing?
Hello.
What are you doing?
The thing I just finished putting the chicken in the marinade.
Oh yeah, it's about that time. Yeah, good. Yeah, so we're all
And then
good.
I
I was
washed
gonna.
my hands like I was told.
Yeah, you should. Did you see? Show these pictures. This is
Oh,
this is
yeah.
Saturday. This is our Saturday because this is after the spice recognition. We had this. Let me bring this down and bring this up. Hello, Caroline. Hello, Caroline's got a new microphone. She's really cool. She's got all the best streaming stuff. Between me and her,
I don't know about the best, but it's good.
it's good. Between me and you, we've got like this cool. We actually combine our resources and have this badass studio. The only problem is, I guess she could do it at night and I do it in the daytime.
There you go.
Way the schedule works. Here is our. This is our golf outing on Saturday. Actually, we had just opened up the box of spices. I just texted my mom. We were sitting here, kind of kicking it, and we actually walked out in the patio for a moment, and the phone rang, and GM answered it, and her folks answered it. What are you doing, man? Oh, there's the dog. Hello, sir. He's all over the place today. So, and then long and the short of it, we were invited to go play golf with my in-laws, and so we just had a bit of a domestic squabble about spending time together. So I kind of felt like, okay, I'm going to have to give her the Heisman on a Saturday. And I said, well, I had planned on spending time with my wife. Well, she can come. So anyway, long and the short of it, my wife and my mother-in-law were the cart riders, and my father-in-law and myself.
Which is kind of scary, thinking about mom driving a cart.
And she did drive a cart a little bit. And then we had another guy join us. So it was a threesome there on the golf course, a five-some walk on the tour. We actually had our own little gallery, I guess you called it. But there we are. There's a little golf riding right there. There's your mom hanging out with their cooler. And there's your dad hitting it right there.
Yeah, I packed a good lunch.
There's me with some aiming fluid. Needed more of that because I aimed all over the place. That's the aiming fluid shot. There's the course.
The little beer gal didn't understand your aiming fluid reference.
Well, once she got it, she eventually figured it out. When I finally said aiming fluid, and she's like, "Oh," as I kept repeating it until she finally got to the point. Oh, I have Coke,
like,
Gatorade,
beer.
This is
yeah,
before.
You can't see on that thing how much better you got on the back nine than you were on the front.
That was the beginning. That's before I almost fainted, and had a blackout. And that's grilled corn from week before. That's not what we're talking about. So anyway, there we go. There's some golf shots right there. Fun times had by all.
Where's you golfing?
Oh, it's on yours. This is from my collection. So all good. So anyway, there we go.
Fun.
So yes, it was fun times. So any news to report? Did you ever try to get all your stuff printed up and all that?
No, I'm gonna have to print it down here. I think on my printer from school. The cat just joined us down here.
She heard me up here, and she was in the closet.
She's been in the closet all day.
Is there a new Arnold Palmer? No, it's more like what a Arnold Ziffel more like. We're like
let's think about this for just a second. Who could it be? Let's see. I told him to like do a shot like Happy Gilmore style, where you like run up to it and go whack. But his form was pretty good. Your Dallas Athletic Club golf lessons when you were must have taught you how to swing the ball.
Possibly, I guess. I don't know why in the world this chat thing is. They told me on Beeline. I actually messaged Beeline on Friday going, why is the chat not working? They told me, well, because your privacy settings, but my privacy settings are for everybody. So
well,
looking right now,
you've shared the comments for forever.
But I must have done something at some point recently, and it gave me I'm not to read this tutorial, and I don't have time for it, to be honest with you. but that's the problem. I don't have time for tutorials, and so I wind up even more messed up. But yeah, I don't think I'm. Let me double check something right here. Yeah, it says I'm public. Yeah, anyone on the Facebook can see this. I don't know why it's doing that. Huh. Anyway, well, it says I'm fine. I don't know why it's not appearing on the screen. It used to come on later, like after like the first 10 minutes, all the comments come up. They're not coming up at all now. And even mine that I typed in a moment ago are not. Anyway, interesting. Don't know if I did this, if that'll make any difference. See, I did a howdy a while ago and no one saw it. So I'm going to public here. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, sweetie. I don't know. So anyway, all
the other
good.
thing is that I got my schedule figured out, so that's good. I got my class officers and advisor email list set up. I did a lot of little work, and I had this Global Online Academy thing that I did for today, and it wasn't very helpful. I mean, I did it. The only thing that I found was that really cool thing called You Book Me that allows people to like find your free time on your schedule and then book you, and it goes straight to your calendar, and it sends them an email and sends you an email reminding you when you have an appointment.
Book
and
you
I really,
for
really
what?
like it. It costs like $10 a month. I think you can have a free version. I don't know what that is, but it wouldn't sync with my calendar. And I think it's because when I became Yvonne, what?
Book you for what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Like for writing conferences or tutoring. That's not
very funny. Very funny, Caroline. Very funny.
You're funny.
I know.
You're funny. No, not that. For tutoring or for writing conferences, people get your minds out of the gutter.
That'd
So-
be very lucrative for.
It would not be a very lucrative. Nobody wants to be with a 52-year-old person.
I meant for women of the night.
I'm a woman of the day, so there you go. But it wouldn't sync with my calendar because my calendar, originally my Microsoft settings for the school account is under Curdy G. And when I became a Vaughn, they just sort of layered the Vaughn on top of it, but it only recognizes me as Curdy, but it has my email as Vaughn G, so they're not syncing.
Well, that is one heck of a dilemma that I didn't know about. So
I got so frustrated that I was just like, screw it, and I closed it out and was like, never mind. But I really want to figure it out, but I don't know how I'm gonna. It's above my IT pay grade. I need an IT pro.
Yeah, we could definitely use one in this house. I can tell you that.
No, I'm just thinking because Caroline kind of has her eye on somebody who's an IT pro.
Oh, how about that?
Yes. So there you go.
Yeah, I heard you question the heck out of her last night. I heard, poor girls.
Well, yeah, I got to see a picture of him today, so that was progress.
We all stalking him or something?
Yeah, I was. Well, she did. Well, she didn't stalk him. She just had connected to one of his accounts, so at least I could see his picture.
I see. Well, that's all good.
But I can stalk him if I want.
She can stalk him. I could probably stalk her too. There is no better stalker than a mom. I mean, we
woman once scorned.
yeah. Well, we know we're better than FBI agents when it comes to finding out the dirt on people who are around our kids.
There's that. There's no doubt. Well, I got a call this morning from where I told you your dad had called me yesterday when we were grilling burgers, and I missed the call because I was out grilling and whatever. And I called him back. He said, I'll call you back. We kind of went back and forth. So it turns out today he was actually calling to check on to make sure, because I hadn't played golf in a while. He's like, how are those muscles that you hadn't used in a while feeling, Sunday morning? And,
Did you tell him you were in traction?
I'm like it was like an old wooden ship. It's like an old wooden bridge.
That you're now in traction. We've got you hooked up. And
I heard Rusty Bradley was in Chicago or something. It was a real mess. Yeah, but I bet the good news was when I got up this morning, I originally was going to go, okay, I'll do my walk for 20 minutes and I'll get to pool.
Yeah. Your audio got weird all of a sudden.
My audio got weird? What do you mean it got weird?
There, lean forward, it got better.
Okay, well, I'm just leaning back because my back hurts.
There you go.
This chair is the most
muscles that are sore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying this chair is like the most unforgiving when it comes to sore backs. It's not really a It's
Well,
better to do this.
You need to sit up. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, but not sit up. It just hurts like a son of a gun. So anyway,
Lean back.
point was this morning, I can't lean back because the mic messes up. Just
We'll
told
try it
you.
again.
I just then you can see my old turkey neck.
It looks fine. You sound fine now.
Just do
Stop
this.
it. It's going away.
Turkey neck person. So yes, but anyway, I originally was going to walk and hit the pool because I thought it'd help my back, but actually when I really got going this morning, it went away for a while until I got back home, and it's
Yeah, I passed you today.
Well, I actually saw you when you left. You went and walked the dog, and then you got your bike, and I saw you hit the top of the street and take a left.
Oh.
And I just came out the door, but I wasn't to the top of the hill yet. You would never see me. So I went a different way today, thinking I might run into you around the corner on whatever it was, Metter. But
I'll ask him.
But anyway, what? Ask me what?
Caroline wanted to know if golf is an Olympic sport.
I think so.
That's a terrible sport.
Yeah, that's a terrible Olympic sport.
I think it is. It has been in the past. I know it's they have a national, those national, Ryder Cup teams and all that. I'm pretty sure that that's a good question. But I think so. Well, let's just find out.
She stumped the chump.
I would think
That's an old car talk thing. Stump the chump. Don't you remember? Do you know where Stump the Chump comes from? That car talk with Click and Clack, the Tackard brothers. One of them's passed away. Those car talk guys from Boston that did that car show on NPR on Saturday mornings. They were glorious. They were so funny, and they had this whole section of the show called Stump the Chumps. And people would call in with these really weird things that were going wrong with their cars. And if they would try to assess it on the phone, and then a week later, the people would call back and say whether or not they got it right. And if they could stump the chump, they won something. But they rarely stumped the chumps because they knew their stuff.
Stump the dunce. I can pull the dunce camp out again if I need to.
Stumps the chump.
Yeah, I was right. I was correct. Yes, golf.
It is.
It was in the Olympics, and it was in it years ago. It was out for a long time, and then back in 2009, I guess it was, when they were in Denmark. Is that where they were at? What were the games then?
We were just talking about all the places that the games were the other night.
Let's see here. They were started Get Golf in the 1900 Olympics in Paris, and the 1904 in St. Louis. They had Olympics in St. Louis. I didn't know that. Did you know that?
City we missed.
I didn't know that.
Me either.
It was not included in the future Olympics until 2009 in Copenhagen. And after 112 years absence, it was back in Rio, and it is scheduled for the Tokyo Games next summer.
Come here, Max.
So, yes, it's let's see Jim out there.
What are you doing?
Thanks, babe. That's not good. So, yes, the golf is back. It's been back in the Olympics for about 11 years now, and but yes, at one time it was a big sport that went away for 100 years. Now it's back. How about that, huh?
Behind you, flying near the wall.
Hello.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Are you texting now, or what are you doing?
No, there's a mosquito flying behind Caroline. I was telling her to get it.
Oh, I think she'll be okay. I hope. So that's all you got? That's all you're bringing to the table here?
Huh?
That's all you bring to the show today? Is this just a lot of nothing?
Well, I don't. Oh, there's a mortal enemy, Max.
Oh, that's good.
What's that?
Thanks, Jim. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know why the chat's
see your
not
mortal
coming up on the
enemy?
wall. It's ridiculous.
Who's that?
Thanks, babe. Appreciate it.
The chick that needs the sandwich with his mortal enemy just walked by.
Oh, that's great.
Stop him.
Yeah, I did not know this. This is from I did not. All right, babe.
No.
Stop. Just, why would you do that to him?
Yeah, literally, Mom. No one wants that.
Just to close out this conversation, yes, I did not know this, but I learned something new. I didn't know that St. Louis hosted the Olympics in 1904.
Well, yeah,
No
and
idea.
I didn't either. Like I said, when we were at the pool the other night, we were trying to come up with cities that had hosted the games, and that wasn't even on our radar.
No, but I mean, we talked about obviously Atlanta, Los Angeles a couple times. Lake Placid had the Winter
We mentioned
Olympics,
all those, yeah.
and then I'm trying to think what else we talked about. Oh, Squaw Valley were the Winter Olympics, and Lake Placid again. Atlanta, Salt Lake. Remember we talked about Salt Lake,
Mm-hmm.
and then LA is going to have them again in 2028. But yeah, that's great. I don't know why in the world I had no clue that they had the Olympics in St. Louis, but they had the World's Fair, I believe, there.
Yep, I remember that.
So I guess that must have been the bit then. I mean, I suppose, but
Maybe so.
yeah, I mean, I didn't, and I was looking at this too. That yeah, and then 2 locations in Australia, Melbourne in '56, and Sydney, of course, it was in 2000. That was 20 years ago. Crazy.
That is
How about
crazy.
that? Crazy. Yeah. So now we've answered the Olympic question.
There you go.
But yeah, but well, all right. That's all you have all for the show. So the chicken's marinating, so we're all good.
Chicken's marinating. We're all good.
All right. Okay. Well, I love you. I'll see you in a bit. We're gonna
Okay.
do chicken sandwiches tonight.
Bye.
Yay. Thank you, babe. Love you. There we go. That's the lovely, talented WD-40. And she, again, I'm going to show this. I'm going to give you a bit better shot of the golf today because I had him on the screen a moment ago. Here we go. Let me pull the graphic down. Or I should just put it up there. There we go. That's us on the course doing our thing. And let's see here. There is us cruising along, doing our thing. We're following. I guess. Like we're following. And we're driving around somebody. I don't know. There's our mother-in-law kicking it. My mother-in-law, there's her dad doing his thing. There's me with my aiming fluid. And I needed more aiming fluid than possible. Beautiful course. It's a really beautiful course. Sherrill Park is a really beautiful muni in Richardson, Texas. Very nice. It's a very nice area. I hadn't been over there in forever. And there's the scorecard. Look at me trying. I think there's one more of us. There we go. And there was the before shot. Hitting the links. That was our big weekend right there. That was something that came out of nowhere. We had no plans for that. It came out of nowhere, and we rocked it. We were very happy, rocked it. Good times. Again, it just, it's the weirdest thing is this place was packed. We got there, we got a 2 o'clock tea time. I think that's right. So we got done about 6. That's about right. And the course, at least the front 9, because the front 9 took us a while, but it took us over probably 2 and change because, I mean, we had to stop and wait. I mean, it was one of those days the course was packed. I hadn't played on a course that busy in a long time, but everybody wanted to get out. The weather was decent, low 90s. Your options of getting out of your house in this day and age pretty limited, unless you can find a real large patio. Just want to walk and do whatever. There's not a lot of options. So the golf course is the option, but it was packed. I mean, it was ridiculously packed. We were waiting. The group in front of us, we were waiting on them. They were waiting on somebody in front of them. We couldn't go any faster. We did play around. I guess the 9th hole, we went around. The people stopped, and we went around the family that was in front of us. But it didn't really, it didn't speed anything that much up until we got the 12th. And they had a youth tournament going on late, and they'd started those kids in the back. I guess they started in the back 9, had them staggered. So it was a little more room in front of us once we got to like the 9th hole. But yeah, it was pretty busy. And the parking lot was jam-packed. I mean, it was crazy. People are so desperate to get out. And it's like you watch those folks in the Giants-Rangers game yesterday. They're in San Francisco. Usually people are all in the Bay anyway, waiting for a home run. And they were in the Bay in mass, hanging over every rail they could try to see in. Even the Giants have gone through and covered up. They used to be able to see through the ballpark in right field, the wall in right field. They've gone through and covered it up so folks can't be doing the knothole gang thing like they used to do back in the day. And, of course, I've seen photos of people in Chicago and other places looking over the fences and rooftops and all that. And, yeah, we're all desperate for something to do and get out of our house. Movies. I saw some friends of ours this weekend hit a drive-in. I mean, that may be the next thing we do because there's just not a lot of not a lot of real activities to do right now, and hoping for some college football this fall. We could actually be part of the 20,000 to go, but who knows? Going to see Pete Lavin out there. Yeah, links. What a weird word for that. Why? You know what? Thank you very much for that reminder. Why do we were talking about this yesterday? Links. Why do they call it links? I'm trying to remember. What links means? Why do they call it link? Here we go. Let's see here. Yeah, links land. Okay, that's where it came with the golf. It's called from a links land. Links land is a seaside terrain that's characterized by rolling hills of sand and often used the side of golf courses. Links land, all one word. Linksland. That's where the word links comes from. And that comes from watch the British Open. It's from St. Andrews. And I thought it was a Scottish derivative and first used Linksland in 1926. So yeah, that's where it came from. So yeah, interesting. I guessed that's where it came from, honey, and we're right. So Linksland is the word. Let me put that up for you guys. So you can links. That's where it comes from. How about that? We learned the Olympics were in St. Louis in 1904, and Linksland is the word for links, is where it came from why we call it the golf links, because it used to be Linksland was the land they put golf courses on. How about that? All right, we learned something new today. All exciting. Okay, tonight's menu. Now, I'm actually working on some things for the YouTube channel, some cool screens and things to get some subscriptions. I have some folks checking it out. But I'd like to kind of spice it up a bit. We'll get even more. Speaking of spice, get more people to watch the video if they'll check things out like that. That's spice right there. But yes, you can check out the YouTube page and my Instagram and Twitter. Of course, you're watching me here on Facebook Live, but Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. The YouTube channel, though, does have the cooking videos, but you can go to the broadcaster and cook. I'm not going to push that as much right now until I get the end screens in there. I'm kind of what I'm doing now. I'm learning this whole YouTube, up in my YouTube game. It used to be I post a video, be done, post some highlights, be done. But now trying to, yes, Golf Olympic Sports starting in 2016. Yes, kind of you're right on about that. I don't know why the comments aren't showing up, everybody. I'll have to continue to check this out. But anyway, yes, the YouTube channel is the Broadcaster Can Cook, and I'm working on what I'm trying to do is spice it up to make it something that people might actually want to subscribe to. So I'm not kind of pushing it too hard yet because I've got 4 videos up there that are all good, or 3 and a 4th coming. But I want to really kind of I'm upping my video game, so to speak. So when I figure when this quarantine time or whatever we're doing, this quasi quarantine, this whole COVID not working deal, thought it'd be a good idea to. There we go. See, now that they're coming up, it's the weirdest thing. They all are coming up now. This is from the ones I put up earlier. Now they're all popping into my screen. Isn't that weird? Thanks. What a weird word for it. Yes. And then Connie chimed in. Yeah, I don't know why it's not coming up. Serious as Golf Olympic Sport. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Mom said new Arnold Palmer. Jim said, looking good. Thanks, mate. Good to see Jim out there. He's a really good class act all the way. Thanks for the spices. Yeah, I don't know why. All of a sudden, boom, it all pops up, including the ones I put on YouTube Live. So you can actually go to YouTube Live, and just out of curiosity, I want to see if it pops up when I go to YouTube Live, because this video should be rocking and rolling on YouTube Live, which I do believe it is. Just as we talk about, yeah, see, it says I'm right. Yeah. My YouTube Live is going. How about that? Crazy. Okay, all good. All right, anyway, but tonight's menu is going to be, I'll pull this down here. Tonight's menu, we're doing, we got a little chicken tenderloin sandwiches. That's what we're doing tonight. So I'm going to do actually going to do a milder version for Caroline. I'm going to really buffalo wing sauce mine up and a little blue cheese on there. So we'll make up the blue cheese with the lighter tenderloin. How about that? That's tonight's exciting meals. That's coming for us down the patio here in a few minutes. All right, Wednesday, do this all again on Wednesday. That's right, every Wednesday and Friday and Monday at 5 o'clock Central Time. which means it's 6 a.m. in Western Australia. What is Dallas quarantine status? Let's see here. It's not official status. It's not official. Dallas in the state of Texas, now while the state's been really overrun, let's say, I mean, that's the best way to say it. Dallas proper has the numbers have come down every day. Now, granted, when I'm talking about numbers, we're not talking like, thousands, but a couple, it's a smaller number each day. It's trending downward. It's now I think a 7-day or 8-day rolling trend now, trending downward. That's good news. We're still mask in public, limited seating, limited in restaurants and all that. Pubs, all that's not happening either. Pubs are down, but restaurants you can get into. Again, we went. I'm trying to think, what did we do restaurant-wise? We went to a breakfast place Tuesday of last week, and inside, all very social distance. Food was phenomenal, but everything was brought out, like the go things, and the waiters and waitresses were all masked up, and everything was fine. I'll tell you this: the golf course, they were really doing overtime on the carts. I mean, they were really doing overtime cleaning those carts out. Saw that a little bit. And then we are one of our favorite restaurants on Saturday night, and we're out in the patio. Beautiful night in the patio. The patio weight set up, and where we sat, we were 7-8 feet from the next person. Patio, the main part of the patio gets a little tight, but by and large. But most of the time, it's all, everybody's hit the patio, and it's all, and even inside the restaurants, it's 6 feet and limited seating. But everybody seems to be fine, mind their own business. Grocery stores, same thing. So I think we're all good. I think. I hope, but yeah, we're not. We've dodged a lockdown, unlike our friends in Melbourne and Victoria, who they went to a mandatory curfew in Australia, in Victoria, the state of Victoria, on Sunday, from 8 p.m. to I think it's 5 p.m. Is it 8 to 5 or 5 to 8? I don't remember. It's one of the two. Let's look that up. Victoria curfew, but. Should know this. Yeah, curfew in Victoria. Let's see here. I know they have a curfew. I'm just trying to find the time limit up here. They started over. I guess they started Monday morning, but it's going to go for 6 weeks until September 13th. It's I don't know where you can leave. It's from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. Yeah. So yeah, that's in Australia. So 8 a.m. to 8 to 5 sounds like a weird. I don't know why it sounds weird, but it just sounds. Sometimes I have the other way around. But anyway, yeah, 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. Unless you're going to the store, you're going to get care, or you work in the health industry, or you're a first responder, you are locked in. I just got an email, and I'd sent it about 2 o'clock our time, would have been about 5 a.m. Victoria time, to a friend of mine in Melbourne anyway. And yeah, that all started overnight Sunday, because they're now on a Tuesday. So Monday was their first day locked down. It began Monday morning at Monday morning curfew wouldn't affect Monday mornings. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Yeah. Mom, you and Mom could be in the garage doing your thing, couldn't you? Yeah, you could definitely do that. No doubt about it. Very good. Very good. Okay, guys, I guess that wraps it up for the day. Glad you guys are keen by and stop by. Again, we do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 o'clock Central Daylight Time in the States, 6 a.m. in Western Australia. And you adjust your timepiece wherever you are. That means it's 6 p.m. over in the Eastern time zone in Indiana, which we were just talking about a moment ago. All right, I got to see Lisa out there as well. I'm glad you guys stopped by. Everybody, loved everybody. A little virtual hug for everyone. Don't forget, show someone a little love, some empathy. Let's be better when we come out of this thing in the end. Let's be better people in the end when we come out of this thing. And so one more time, I'm going to get this shot again. There she is. Boy, she is the ultimate golf hottie right there. There she is. right there. That was from Saturday right there. Okay. All right. Bring that back down and let's close this thing out. We'll see you guys in virtual happy hour on a Wednesday. Let's put the close up in 3, 2, 1. Have a great Monday, everybody. Enjoy your dinner. We'll see you Wednesday right here in virtual happy hour. Much love to everybody. See y'all then.